Hi everybody, welcome back to Sunshine Soap and Candle Company. Today I'm going to be sharing with you how to make some snappable holiday wax melts, and we're going to be using some mica for colorant, which you guys have probably seen me use maybe one other time before, and I'm going to be sharing with you how to marble your wax melts. In this video today, I'm going to be going over my full visual step-by-step process and tutorial. I'm also going to be sharing the recipe with you guys today so you can recreate these if you want, and I'll be placing the recipe in the description box below. I'll also be posting a document on my Patreon campaign, including the step-by-step written tutorial and the formula with the percentages and the amounts. So that'll be available over at the $5 level, and you can print it off and use it whenever you want. Super convenient. If you haven't had a chance to check out my Patreon campaign yet, I hope that you will. I'll go ahead and leave the link to my campaign in the description box below. There's a ton to take advantage of. In addition to the formula today, there are hundreds of other formulas for you to take a look at and take advantage of, including other wax melt and candle videos that you might find helpful. Besides the $5 tier, there are 4 other tiers for you to take a look at and take advantage of if you like, each with their own unique benefits, all in the hair care, skin care, and candle making areas. There's just a ton for you to take a look at and take advantage of. We have a community now of about 3,000 makers. It's a great way to connect with other makers, and it's a great way to connect with me. I hope you'll check it out. All right, let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and prep these little clamshells with some cute little snowflake glitter pieces. Now I got these snowflake glitter pieces at Fizz Fairy, and aren't they so cute? They are so adorable. They're just like these iridescent kind of blue sparkly snowflakes, and we're going to go ahead and place them to the bottom of these clamshells because I'm going to be using the fragrance oil Fresh Snow by Brambleberry. This is a really good, clean, crisp, outdoor ozone type smell. Really good. So I'm going to go ahead and place these little snowflakes to the bottom. And then to this, we're just going to add a little bit of some iridescent rainbow glitter. It's more like a silvery with a rainbow. I'll show you. It's got like a rainbow iridescence to it, but it's a silver. This is also from Fizz Fairy, and this is a biodegradable glitter. And we're just going to place a little bit of that also to the bottom. Now this glitter will float around a little bit after you pour the wax, but it's heavy enough that it sinks back down to the bottom before the wax totally solidifies. Something about prepping wax melts to make is so relaxing, just the whole process of getting these molds prepped, heating up your oils and waxes. It's all very relaxing process. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is go ahead and portion off a little bit of this. This is some Pillar of Bliss wax. You can get it at Nature's Garden. It's made specifically for wax that you want to take out of a mold. So a pillar type candle or clamshells or wax tarts, this is the type of wax that you need. It's a harder wax, so it releases easy from these little clamshell molds, and it's a mix between soy and paraffin. So we get a little bit of that soy wax in there. What I'm going to do is go ahead and weigh off a little bit into this glass container, and I'm going to heat this up and get it melted down. And we're going to put a little drizzle on the bottom of these molds. All right, everything's melted down now, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and add in a little teal liquid concentrated candle dye. This came from Sierra Candles. They have great candle dyes over there. very concentrated. I'm going to put in 1 drop. That's going to make for a very dark color. As it cools and cures, it won't set up obviously as dark as it looks in here, but I'm going for like a dark teal color. That's going to be the color of my marbling or my swirling. I'm not going to add any fragrance to this piece here. And I'm going to go ahead and grab my pipette and draw up a little bit into my pipette, and I'm just going to start creating a nice kind of marbling swirling effect. This will also help to adhere those snowflakes to the bottom. One thing about this wax that we're using here, Pillar of Bliss, is it really does hold color and scent very well. Let's see if there's anything else I want to do. And we'll just allow this now to set up. I think that's good. Maybe a drop or two here or there. Oh, it's already setting up in my pipette. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and set this aside. And the next thing we're gonna do is go ahead and weigh off the wax that we need for the rest of what's gonna fill up these clamshells. So we're making a 30-ounce batch today. So I'm going to be weighing off we're going to be making a 30-ounce batch today. So what I'm going to do is weigh off 88% wax. So my formula is going to be 88% wax and 12% fragrance oil for a total of 30 ounces. So what we're going to do is go ahead and weigh off our wax. So 88% of our recipe is 26.4 ounces of this wax. I'm just going to go ahead and portion off our 26.4 ounces into my melt pot. And then the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and use a bit of mica. Now you could use liquid candle dye. You could leave it white and just give it a white and blue swirl and not put any candle dye in here, but I'm going to use a little bit of this Proud Peacock mica from Nurture Soap because this is going to give us a lighter teal color, so it's going to be a darker teal and a lighter teal. And what I like about using mica in wax melts is when they melt down in your electric melters, when your wax melts down in your electric melters, it looks very shimmery and magical. So I'm going to show you that when this gets melted down, you'll have a good visual of what that looks like. You don't need a lot. It is cheaper to use a candle dye. Candle dyes go much further in wax than mica does, but I do like the effect. So we're going to melt these down together just because this wax has a tendency to set up pretty quickly, and I like to add my fragrance oil when the wax is fairly hot so I don't have to worry about adding color and the temperature dropping. We're just going to melt it all together. So I'll bring you back when it's all melted down. Alright, so my wax is totally melted down. I just wanted to show you what that mica looks like when it's all dissolved into the wax. It just looks super shimmery and beautiful, and that's what it will look like inside your warmer when it's all melted. So we are sitting at, you want to melt this wax to 195 degrees. Now the manufacturer's directions say to add the fragrance after the wax has dropped down to 180. However, I'm going to add mine now. My wax is sitting right at 195 degrees. And the reason I'm doing that is because I like to add, these days, I like to add my fragrance to the wax when the wax is around the temperature of the flash point of the oil. This fragrance oil's flash point is 200 degrees. So we are pretty close, sitting at 195. This wax, they say only to get it heated up to 195. So you don't want to degrade it by heating it up more. So you just want to get close to that flash point. It helps the fragrance and wax to bind a little bit better and gives you a better hot and cold throw. And we're using 3.6 ounces. That's at a 12% fragrance load. We're using 3.6 ounces of the fresh snow. We're going to give that a bit of a stir to combine. All right, and we should be ready to pour. It just smells so fresh and clean, but also kind of gives you like that wintry outdoor vibe. Very, very nice. Okay, so we're ready to go ahead and pour. We're just going to pour directly over the wax that's already set up. And the warmth from this wax should adhere to the wax that's in there, allowing them to get bound together and also release out of the mold as one piece. This will set up to a beautiful teal color, and that contrast will be very nice. We're going to go ahead and allow these to set up, and I'll bring you back when they're all set up to show you what they look like. So these have been setting up now for about 45 minutes, and they are a little bit still warm to the touch, but they will continue to cool down, but they're all the way solidified. You can pick them up, you can close the lids on them. I get questions about that a lot. People will ask me if I close the lids while I allow them to set up for 3 or 4 days, and the answer is yes. I close my lids right away. But I wanted to tell you also something I learned early on with candle making, back when I first started, is that the candle color will continue to change over the course of like 3 days to a week. So don't be surprised if this wax changes to a little bit darker of a color. I thought this was pretty cool too. Some of that teal from the swirl layer kind of came into the top of here, creating like a swirled effect on this one. So let's go ahead and see what these look like. I mean, so cute. Just so cute. You can see the little snowflakes have adhered to the bottom, making this super cute. Kind of like it's got a little bit of a like, I almost think of The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. Some of like those Whoville decorations. So cute. I love how these turned out. That teal underneath almost took on a green kind of hue, so it'll be interesting to see what they look like after a few days. I just love how these turned out. Get a little close up for you there. Okay, and I did create some labels for these that I wanted to share with you also. I created labels in Canva, and then I imported my Canva design into the onlinelabels.com software, because these labels come from, the blank labels come from onlinelabels.com. So I just imported my design into the software on onlinelabels.com, and then just made a few adjustments size-wise to make sure it fit my label. And so these are going to be called Fresh Snow, like the fragrance oil. And you just turn it over. We're going to pop a cute little label on this. And there you go. Aren't those adorable? And there you have it, everybody. That is how you make beautiful, interesting looking wax melts. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up. Please remember to comment and question below. That really means a lot to me. Share this video with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. All right, everybody, catch you on the next video. Keep shining. Bye.